Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on Happy RC Flyer here on YouTube. Today we have a special treat for you. This is the long overdue unboxing video for the DJI O4 Air unit. Now they made two of these O4 Air units. One is the O4 Air unit, which I have here in my hand. The other one's called the Pro, which has the race mode. It puts out more power and it's got dual antennas. It's a little bit heavier duty. It's got heat sinks and stuff on it. But this is very monumental for the FPV community because this is a micro digital FPV air unit that's around 10 grams with the antenna and the board and the camera. So that's really exciting for guys to put them in little whoops and all sorts of little micro aircraft. So we're going to do an unboxing on it. I ordered this in, I think I received it in January 14th. I ordered it directly from DJI and it came in pretty promptly. And it's just been sitting on the shelf. Unfortunately, I've been excited about tinkering and trying out other things. And many of you know that have been watching the channel for very long that I've been playing around with the Walksnail 1S system, and I've been really excited about that. Hopefully we'll have a longer review video on that coming out pretty soon because I've been doing some test flights, trying to get some experience with flying it and battery levels and that kind of thing, how long the battery life will last and the draw and that sort of stuff and the range. But since then this has come out and this is really exciting. Really surprised that DJI actually came out with a 1S micro unit. And this is what we've all been waiting for, so we're going to get into it here pretty soon. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. Subscribing helps the channel grow, and we're here to help grow the hobby. If you like that unsponsored, unbiased perspective on things from a hobbyist, which means I don't make any money on the videos, I don't make any money on the products. I bought this with my hard-earned money at the going price like anybody else would. And these are my own opinion, it's my own thoughts, and I feel that makes a difference. And it's not to bash the sponsored guys for getting free things. If you get something free and you want to tell the world about it, there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I would have a different perspective when I have to pay for it versus if it's free. And there are a lot of items that are fantastic and great, and I would be really excited about if I didn't have to pay for them. So if you like the unsponsored, unbiased perspective on things, you're at the right place. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the bell icon if you want to be notified of future video uploads, and drop a comment or a question if you have one, whether it's about this item, whether it's about something else RC related, from giant scale to micro, helicopters, drones, cars, trucks, boats. I play with it all. So anything related to that doesn't mean I have all the answers, but someone will help you with the answers, and if I don't have the answers, we'll help you find them. Maybe someone else in the comment section will. Hit the big like button, hit that big thumbs up button if you like the video. It helps me know what you guys like, so sometime during the video hit that. Drop a comment or question, of course, and share this video with a friend that you think might enjoy it. So let's get into it. Like I said, this is long overdue. Hopefully you guys can see the box there. It comes in this nice sleek little box. I'm not going to show you the back of it because it has the serial number on it, so that's going to be for the activation process. Has this little tab here. You don't even think you need a pocket knife to open this up. You just pull a little tab and the tape opens right up. We're going to open the box. I think we can open the box. Yeah, here we go. So I've been really excited. They've been kind of teasing. I guess there were some leaks about this item, and man, I really didn't think it would happen, but it did. So it comes in this little Ziploc baggie, kind of like translucent material. We have some instructions that tell you all about how to improperly use this thing. We have these little silica gel packs that you're definitely not supposed to eat no matter how hungry you are. You get super dehydrated. They're poison, don't eat them. I'm being sarcastic. Nice little box there, very compact. This is what we want to talk about. Let's go ahead and open it up. This is monumental. I know that they have the Walksnail system, and as I mentioned earlier in the video, that I have been testing that out. I've been really excited that there are some digital options for micro whoops and micro aircrafts. For some reason, I'm having a hard time getting into this, but we'll get in here. It's like those food wrapper for a candy bar. You just got to be hungry enough. You got to want to get in hard enough. There we go. So there's the unit. Everything is hooked up. We have another little bag in here that has a bunch of screws, and then we're going to open that up too here in just a second. But look at this thing, guys. Check it out. Maybe I'll put some close-up pictures on the side of the video so you guys can see a little bit better. I don't know if you guys can see very well, but super tiny. Just a little board just a little board with your chip soldered on there, and the antenna is right there, just a little linear, I believe that's a linear polarized antenna, just a single antenna on it. Some mounting holes on each of the 4 corners. I think there's probably a push button on here somewhere. Yeah, on the side there's a little push button, and usually that's to put it in bind mode. That is pretty exciting. It's got your little leads, your quick plug, so you don't even have to do any soldering on it. Has a little Type-C, USB Type-C connector on here, probably for activating the air unit. I don't know if it comes activated, but the larger air units, you have to plug them into a computer and activate them. And then there's the camera. Look at that thing, it is so tiny. It is just square. It has a little piece of film on top there to protect the lens, and it looks like maybe a piece of foam. Yeah, a little bit of a squishy foam. So I'm going to leave that on there for now because I'm not ready to install it. I'm going to try to be careful not to scratch that lens on the face of that. But look at that. Just, I mean, it's smaller than the size of my index finger. Super tiny. 10 grams. I did forget to bring a scale, but it's my understanding that the air unit with the antenna, the wire lead, and the camera lens and the camera wire is all 10 grams. So that's pretty exciting. And maybe I'll put a little picture off on the side with it on the scales to see exactly what it is. But this has been really exciting. I've been interested in getting into whoops, tiny whoops, which are the little micro quads. But the big thing that's been holding me back is the footage, the clarity of the footage. And I know probably some people are going to beat me up because a lot of people still run analog, but this is 2025. I feel like the days of analog are over. Life's too short to run with grainy footage. And as I say, I like to see it in high resolution what exactly I'm crashing into. So there it is. Very compact, very lightweight. Let's see what's in this other bag here. So I'm pretty impressed because I've been using DJI for a number of years for FPV system. I wanted to get into FPV a long time ago, and after seeing some of the footage, just wasn't really impressed with it, and thought, well, I'm going to save my money until the footage gets really nice. And then DJI came out with their digital, and I've been enjoying it ever since. So I have some of the FPV drones, the FPV race drone. I have the Avata. I have a little Mini 3. Trying to think of some other DJI drones I've had. I've had like some of the Mavic Pros and stuff. Some of the really older ones is what I first got into it. So there's a little camera mount. We have these little rubber boots or little rubber bushings, probably for the board. And then I'm assuming that these screws, I don't know if the screws are for the camera mount or if they're for the board. Maybe for the board. But the board really doesn't have any threads because it's just these little holes on the side. So I'm guessing that these are for mounting onto your little quad, a little micro quad. I'm going to put these, but there's just 4 screws and 4 little rubber boots. I'm going to put them back in the bag. We're out here where if I lose these, I could spend the rest of the evening just looking for them and trying to find them. So that camera mount is kind of interesting. I don't know exactly how that's going to mount, so I'm sure we'll be doing a mount up video and an activation video on this, but it looks like maybe this camera just fits in there or something. This is supposed to be like the camera cover, but I'm not too excited about that, so we'll have to see how that goes. I'll kind of push it in there a little bit. Yeah, there it is. It's kind of just sitting in there, so it's a way to mount it. I can't gripe too much because the Walksnail system, the little Nano 1S, it also didn't have a camera mount. I don't even think it came with the little plastic camera mount. You got to be really careful with some of this stuff because it doesn't have any. There we go. It came back off. They don't really have any casing on this, so you got to be really careful the way you handle it. I have heard some reports from other guys that have been using this already that these little plugs are kind of weak and fragile, and there's some glue on there that can come off and things can start disconnecting. It looks like just like a little bit of silicone. I don't know, is that rubbery? It's kind of, I don't know, it almost feels like it's a little harder than wax. It's a little bit rubbery. It's almost like plastic, but it's like a clear glue that holds that connector on. So yeah, but I'll show you kind of what I did with the Walksnail system and mounting it up to an aircraft, because it came pretty much the same way. It's just kind of a weird mount, and anytime you're going to get something that's super lightweight, you're going to have to make sacrifices. So you're not going to want to get moisture on this board. I assume that it's not waterproof. Make sure my stuff doesn't blow away here. Oops, I'll have to chase that down in a minute. But yeah, that is super cool, super exciting. Like I said, I feel like it's really breakthrough technology to have digital DJI to put in little micro aircraft, and this is going to be a ton of fun. The micro aircraft are becoming really popular these days with the regulations that are everywhere and the sub 250 stuff. That's pretty exciting. I don't know of anybody that's really excited about remote ID here in the US or about regulations for other aircraft where you can and can't fly, even if you do have an RID unit on your aircraft. But I do know that when you're flying micro stuff, most people don't even know you're flying if it's really lightweight, if it's quiet, and it appears to most people more as toy grade. And some people say, well, are you okay with people viewing the hobby, you know, you're flying around with professional cameras and they're viewing it as toy grade? And I'm okay with that because people don't see it as a threat and it's not intimidating to people that have a drone phobia. And so I'm totally cool with that, and this is going to be really exciting. I'll put some of the specs up on the side of the screen as far as the resolution. I believe that this has built-in memory because it does not have an SD card slot. So, and I believe that is the same with the Walksnail system. Maybe I'll do a side-by-side comparison video. Let me know if you guys want to see a side-by-side comparison video with footage, range, power output, and battery life and draw, you know, power consumption between this DJI O4 Lite and the Walksnail 1S Nano system. So I do have that system as well and been playing around with that and have a lot of fun. But I wanted to do the unboxing video, give you guys a first look, and I know you guys like to hear my first unsponsored perspective on things. So it really looks very similar to the Walksnail system. I wish I would have brought that with me as well. And the camera mount and everything, the camera looks a little more bulky. Maybe, I don't know, the camera on the Walksnail I think is just round, whereas this is square. So in my opinion, this is better for mounting up, and I'll show you in the review video how I mounted the Walksnail system. But anyway, there it is. Looks like a little UFL connector on here, so you could take the antenna off, probably put a different antenna, replace it if you wanted to. And of course this unplugs, and I don't know if you guys can see that very well. I'm sure I'll put some close-up photos of the board and the air unit and things. So yeah, the camera mount is going to be kind of interesting, but we shall see how it goes. It looks like you could put it either direction, and not exactly sure what I'm going to mount this on just yet, but I have some ideas, so stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to see future videos of the DJI O4 air unit in action. I'm having a hard time getting this little bag open, but anyhow, the video is not about the bag, but they could have done better with the packaging. That's probably my only complaint at this point until I get to test it out. But I'm really excited about the fact that we're going to have digital at 10 grams. That really is a good competitor with analog. And also I feel like the price is very competitive on this. I know this is a lot more expensive than analog. You can get, I think, like a 5 or 7 gram 3-in-1 or all-in-one air unit camera combo with analog for probably like $17. So the price is not overly competitive with analog. If you're going to just totally beat something around and you want it like disposable cost, probably go with analog. But for the digital, high resolution, and I think this thing records in 4K, and I can't remember what it streams to on the Goggles 3, but this is getting really exciting. If you're not into FPV, if you're not into RC and you're considering it, this is 2025, and there's never been a better time. The technology that's out there that's available for the price, it's never been better. So if I can encourage you to get into the hobby, if you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence, just make the plunge. It's a lot of fun. I haven't tested this air unit out yet, but I do run the DJI O3 air units. I was running the DJI Vesta units, and I've been really impressed with them. Really happy. You've seen some footage, you've seen some reviews, and hopefully we'll have some more as the weather gets nicer and things start to green up around here. We'll have some nice footage for you. So thanks again for watching this video. Please consider subscribing, turn on the bell icon, hit the like button, drop a comment, share it with a friend, and we'll look for you in the next video.